Hello all, I feel like it has been a hot minute since I've actually been vlogging at all, so I apologize if I'm a little rusty and maybe come off not quite as eloquent as I mean, let's be honest, I'm never that great with speaking, but hopefully it still comes across okay, whatever message I am trying to share. Which, for today, is going to be actually trying to restock my shop with all of the things that I sold out of at my last anime convention. So, yeah, for a good majority of the clay items that I made, they're all gone, which is great, and I'm so appreciative of that, and I love that people love them and brought them home to some good homes. But I also need to make sure that my online shop is actually stocked and ready for in case there are any online orders. Not that I normally get too many, but you never know. But on that same token, I also need to make sure that I am prepared for my upcoming events in the future months-ish for the rest of the year. I just prefer to be prepared and not try to scramble and prep everything last minute, which is what I do anyway, but we're trying to be better about that this year. We're trying to be better. So for right now, I am going to go ahead and try to restock a couple of items that were really popular at my last anime convention. Again, I want to make sure that we have enough. Probably the baguette and cheese ghosts, those were very popular and sold out very quickly. I am thinking about maybe some more flower pot ghosts. I also want to maybe try and do some different food items, like some cakes or cookies or things like that, just because I really enjoy making those. And then I also really want to make sure, I think, possibly, I'm going to try to apply to a farmer's market. And if I do that, which I am very excited to, and I hope that I potentially get considered / accepted, we'll see. But in order to do that, I feel like it's important to have, oh, hello. Hold on. I'm just gonna settle in right here with me, buddy. Regardless though, yeah, in order to maybe potentially be accepted to that farmer's market that's probably got a little bit more of a wide and general audience, I want to have some clay items that were maybe not necessarily just all fan art or things like that. Not that I have a whole lot of fan art that I've been making recently with my clay products, but just some more general, things that people might keep around the house too. So, regardless, a home of living with 3 cats, it's fine. I want to try and plan that out a little bit, maybe do some sketching. That is another big goal that I have been saying that I need to do for years, but have still not finished yet, so. Regardless, we're gonna get to sculpting here in a minute. Hello everyone. It has been a couple of days since I last checked in, I'll be honest. I had a lot of stuff happening outside of work and life and everything else, so yeah, I just did not get back into sculpting anything, unfortunately. So that is going to be the plan for today. We're going to do a bunch of sculpting, try to get all of the clay products that are listed on my shop now restocked, so that way when we're actually getting ready for online orders and hopefully the next event that I will have in the future. We'll see which one it ends up being, but I want to make sure that we are prepped and ready for when those things happen. So I also wanted to quickly do a little unboxing here. I actually know what both of these are, but I figured we would open it up together, so let's get our handy dandy little box cut. I don't know, I like that it's like a little bear with, it's really cute actually. He's got a blush and some glasses on. I just think it's adorable. This first one, I went ahead and took the label off of it, so I know what it is, and it's something that I haven't revealed to you guys yet, so hopefully you are just as excited for it. But if you are looking at in-person events and hopefully shopping with me, you guys will be the first to see it online here on YouTube at least. But I have a trading card game with a bunch of artists that I have met through different conventions and things like that, and we decided to come together and, well, really it is this person that actually put it together and brought us all together, and we all designed our own art for our own artist trading card game. So I think it's super cute. I will go ahead and reveal the packs now. So exciting. Oh my gosh, if I can get the little... It's very nice that Dre actually put all of this together. But yeah, I mean, like, look at this. So, Artiverse, if I'm saying that correctly. I could also not be saying that correctly. But this is the J-Rose Alchemic Art Trading Pack. And yeah, well, I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7. Counting is hard sometimes. But I have 7 artist trading packs here, and inside contains 6 cards. And actually, I think he did say that some of them are not quite sealed, so we can take just a quick peek and look at some of the cards. I won't reveal everything just because I do want it to be a little surprise, and all of them, there are like so many, there's a couple different artists that are in this actual game itself, but it's kind of exciting because, like, it's really fun to see that some of my art is actually featured in these cards. So I won't go over the specific game, but if you are interested, I believe, yes, there is the QR code for it now, so I'll leave it here for just a second, so hopefully you guys can scan it if you're interested. But it is Battle Trade Collect. Welcome to the Artiverse TCG, where artists from different universes battle. Collect art from your favorite artist and use them to claim your victory. Each pack may contain any combination of artist, style, resource, and aura cards. Recommended for players ages 12 and up. Each player must have a 40 card deck of Artiverse cards to play. So, reasonably, there are 6 cards in here, I believe. I need to check the pricing. But we did already kind of set a limit on, like, oh, if it's, you know, 1 pack, it'll be this much, this many packs, it'll be this much. So you do get a bit of a discount when you're buying like a big multitude of packs, but they're all pretty reasonably priced, I would say, honestly. But we have, looks like a couple of aura cards in here, so I'll show you, this is what those look like. Oh, so pretty. And here is the background as well. They did an amazing job with these, oh my gosh, they're so nice. And we have, let's see, we have a style card. This is Harmonious Purification, so looking beautiful. I believe these were actually drawn by, again, the 2 that came up with the Artiverse game itself, are Dre and T. I believe they actually did a lot of the art for the, like, resource and style cards, so that's really awesome. And we also have Draining here, which is a resource card, so looking very cool. And then, oh, so exciting. This is actually my character itself. This is Princess Luna, and look at her. She looks so nice. And what's really cool is, like, each artist card, again, you could design, these are like the actual characters themselves, so they have like style and aura that let you do specific parts to play the game. However, on each of the artist cards there is actually a QR code, so it'll bring you directly to whatever the artist wanted you to have a link to. So either their shop, their Etsy, Princey's Tail, sorry, their Linktree, anything like that, Insta, yeah. So I am so excited, and I think that this looks so cool. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Yeah, so Luna herself is an aggressive type. So to start your game, your team starts with 1 additional attack, and she has the power of Ghostly Drain. So this costs 2 aura, but every time Princess Luna attacks, she will heal herself for 2 HP. And it actually does say, like, illustrated by J-Rose Alchemic Art at the bottom. Really Princey. So anyway, all that to say, I am very excited. I am super excited about these. You guys will see it in the near future if you come to visit my in-person events. And yeah, thanks so much for listening to this segment of Prince and I in the office trying to explain a game. Good lord, son. Okay, I will get back to you in a second. I hope that was as riveting for you as that was for me. Good lord. Anyway, You might still hear them or see them in the background here. I apologize. Both Prince and Caesar are over in the corner here, kind of by that other chair that technically is where I sit when I'm working in the office, but Caesar also really likes to take naps there, so I like to share. Anyway, our other package is this big box, which I will not, it's nothing super exciting. It is something necessary for my business, but honestly, I have been using, it is called, well, let me open it and I'll show you guys. This is actually a really big box. I did order clay, honestly. So I happened to get some clay from Sculpting itself, and oh my gosh, I think they sent me freebies. What the what? What? Oh, wow, okay. Congrats, your order has qualified for a free gift. Happy Sculpting. Oh, that's so cute. Wow, okay, maybe I should order from Sculpting from now on for my stuff. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, they sent me some free triangle mosaic cutters, so that's super cool. Thank you, Sculpting. But yes, I did order a bunch of jewelry gold clay. So if you guys don't know, I use jewelry gold all the time, especially for like my cookies, my clay cakes, my just anything that has to do with food, generally like baguettes, things like that. I generally do use like Sculpting jewelry gold to actually make it. So for whatever reason, they were not having it in stock at my local like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I don't really like to go to Hobby Lobby very much, but I do sometimes. But neither of them had it, which was really unfortunate because I, sold all of those clay baguettes and ghosts and everything else. And yeah, I really needed to stock up on it. So I ended up seeing that they were having a sale and decided to just go ahead and just stock up. So I ended up buying like a bunch maybe. But I'm going to be set for a while, so it should be fine, it should be fine. And it's a necessary business expense is how I'm viewing it. And we also picked up some more, I use a lot of glow-in-the-dark clay, obviously, for my ghosts as well. And then I also picked up some more, I believe it's leaf green. So I ended up getting a couple packs of these just to be stocked for, again, when I hopefully plan out to do some larger clay sculpts of different clay scenes, especially if it's like a foresty scene or something out in nature, and I do like to use the leaf green quite a bit. So anyway, that is what I ordered. I will go ahead and get the rest of it out, and then we're gonna go ahead and get on into sculpting. So, brief little check-in. I did manage to finish another Ghost Hug Worry Stone. So this one is with the arms because I ended up selling one of each actually at the event. So that's really exciting. And then, sorry, I just noticed there was a piece of pink clay on there. Anyway, so we have both of those ready. I have another one without arms and then one that I just finished with arms. And then I am also currently working on my chocolate chip here for my chocolate chip cookie ghost keychain. Good lord, that is a mouthful. But someone was actually asking for it after the event, after I had sold one. And I felt really bad because she had actually looked online for it and had like told her partner to like pick up all these items, and then some of them were already sold out, so I felt really bad. I think they ended up getting something else, and then she came back herself and also picked up something, so that was really awesome, but I felt so bad. So now I want to make sure that I definitely have them in stock, so that way, just in case. And if nothing else, then it'll also be ready for my next event. So we're getting that done. I also have been, I want to like restock all of the things that are currently on my shop, but I also kind of wanted to make something new. So this is the start of something that is going to be coming eventually. I'm thinking it might be like a really fun like clay ghost cake confetti. Yes. So that is just the start of it. I wanted to at least get like the 3 layers ready, and then I'm thinking that I'll probably put like a layer of frosting over it, and then we'll put like little pieces of different colors of clay as the confetti. And I think that'd be super cute. But anyway, I'm going to keep working on our ghost cookie here and go from there. Sorry, I did turn off the camera for a bit just so I could focus on sculpting, but I did manage to get a couple of other things done. So we do have 2 little baguette ghosts here. I still need to add the mica powder to the top here to give it a little bit more color, so there is that. We have our 3 ghost hug worry stones, so those are all done. We have our chocolate chip cookie ghost keychain. Very cute. And then we have our 2 cheese ghosts, so super exciting. The other thing that I just kind of wanted to break and wanted to make something new, so I ended up mixing some opal clay and some pink clay to make this confetti ghost. So I ended up mixing that for the top of the frosting here, and I like it. I do like it, but it did come out like a little bit lumpy just because of like the actual pieces of opal, I suppose. But yeah, it looks okay. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I do like the overall feel of the cake otherwise. So we do have, hopefully you guys can see it okay, the little pieces of confetti scattered throughout on top of the frosting and on the cake itself. And then we have, of course, our little ghost buddy. So yeah, very cute. I'm actually really happy with how that turned out. But I think after we've been sculpting for like almost 4 or 5 hours, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a break for a bit. Clearly Princey is ready for his breakfast here, so yeah, I will check back in with you guys later where we'll probably actually like bake everything, glaze, maybe do a little bit more sculpting, but we'll see. Hello friends. It is actually the next day, and I may have accidentally slept for too long. I had a lot of family events and things that I need to do, actually be up for in the daytime, so I got up early, thus meaning that I did not sleep very much after our big sculpting session. So I wanted to take a nap to try to recover and hopefully be better for tonight's sculpting and finishing off like the rest of our restock. However, that did not happen. I really like sleep. I'm a big sleeper, and I think the most I've ever slept is like 20 hours altogether. Side tangent, sorry. So regardless, I took too long of a nap, and it was really not a nap. It was probably more like going back to sleep. So anyway, we're not gonna have enough time to finish all the rest of the restock for this video probably, but I am gonna go ahead and finish off with getting our mica powder on our little baguette ghosts, and then we'll bake and glaze everything, so we'll at least have half of the restock done. Yes. Or at least of the more popular items that I think are probably just going to stay like current and like always going to be online on the shop. If you'll notice, a lot of the things that I put out sometimes really are just like one time. I make it the one time and then, you know, if it sells, oh, it's gone. So I think that is something to be aware of with handmade art, mostly because I'm just never sure how much someone is actually going to like the piece. So if it does eventually get sold, if it takes like a long time, then I realize, oh, maybe that's not such a popular design. I probably won't make that again, versus like the baguette ghosts, the cheese ghosts, things like that. They have sold consistently very well and people really enjoy them. They really love the shape and how, you know, whatever design it is that, yeah, they're super excited about it, which is really awesome and I very much appreciate it. But since we're just focusing on like consistent restock orders, we're just gonna go ahead and focus on these for today. So I have my box of mica powder here that doesn't even shake because of how packed it is. And I have my little paintbrush. So we're gonna go ahead, add a little bit of powder to add a little bit of extra color and texture to our baguette pieces. And then we're gonna go ahead and bake and glaze everything and it should be good. Alright, so we added our mica powder to our little clay ghosties, and hopefully you guys can kind of see the color okay. Oh my gosh, focus camera. Yeah, so a little bit of a darker color, a little bit more golden. So I think that it did look a little bit better once we've added that. And I think this one looks pretty good too. Kind of that shiny sheen, kind of fun. Yeah. Maybe still wake it up a little bit. But anyway, if you have watched some of my previous videos before, you know that I've worked with mica powder before in adding different colors to my clay pieces. And biggest advice that I will give you, paintbrush is really good to add it and mix and do whatever you have to do. But also, don't do it over carpet. Oh my gosh, I accidentally dropped one of them and just literally spilled most of it on the carpet, and it took me so long to clean up. So don't recommend doing that, and do it over a hard surface that you can clean really easily. So just an FYI there. But regardless, these pieces are done now, so I'm gonna finish cleaning up here. We'll go ahead and bake and let everything dry for a little bit. Cool down, there it is, and then glaze. And then yeah, I think that'll pretty much be good for this video, so we're on track. Okay, and I believe everything is all done and cooled off. Yeah, no, these are all ready. So let's go ahead and get them all ready for glazing. Honestly, this is a pretty good haul for like about 6 or 7 hours of work, like span across a couple of days. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it all. So I did want to point out, I ended up grabbing another paintbrush because unfortunately this guy, which I've been using for a couple of years now, I feel like that's a pretty decent amount of time, but after so many years of use with the glaze that I've been using from Sculpting, it's just does not work anymore. It's not even flexible, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and retire this one and we'll start using a new paintbrush. I will say the way that I've been able to keep it so flexible and easy to use for the last couple of years, you know, glazing so many different clay pieces, is I really try to wash and use like some detergent soap basically like kitchen soap, while I'm cleaning off all my hands and my paintbrushes. So I feel like that's been pretty effective in keeping them okay. But we have all of our clay friends, and we're going to just start glazing and maybe a little bit of chat as well. So yeah, I will say this has been kind of an interesting week-ish, week and a half-ish. Yeah, same difference. I have been kind of busy between work and family and home life and everything else, so as great as that is, I also want to try to make sure to take care of myself as well. So I've been doing different activities, like I finished reading 2 books actually, which is super awesome, and I really needed to finish the one. It was actually 5 Days at Memorial, which is a nonfiction book about what happened at Memorial Hospital during Hurricane Katrina. And I've been reading this book for, or at least trying to read it for the past year, and it was just really hard to get through. Not because it's not a good book, and I'm not normally a nonfiction reader too much, other than, you know, here and there. But for me, it was just really hard to get through, unfortunately. Mostly because, especially in the beginning of the book, it actually details like what happened to all those healthcare workers and the family members and the patients and all the people that were still stuck in that hospital when Katrina hit. And it was just such a hard book to read, especially not to put myself in that situation, because I, knock on wood, thankfully have never been in a situation like that. But mostly because, hi Francie. But mostly because it did kind of remind me of my own experiences of working in healthcare during a pandemic. And I feel like that might be kind of selfish to say, like, it doesn't discount what happened to those people, because overall it was very much a tragedy, but to me it was just really hard to get through, unfortunately. So that took forever, but I did finally get through it, so that is exciting. I also managed to finish just a regular fiction book, which was kind of nice. And what was that one called? A Magical Innkeeper's Guide? A Witch's Guide to Ranching Men? Nope. Or something like that. I'm not great at remembering long names, unfortunately, so I apologize to the author. It was actually a really cute book, and I do recommend it if you are a fan of like cozy innkeeping, witches. The girl, I won't give like too many spoilers, but she like basically lost her magic to save her her aunt, it was. And it was just a really sweet and wholesome story about just kind of finding yourself even when you feel like all hope is lost. So definitely recommend that too if you're interested in it. And otherwise, I have just been kind of keeping up with other tasks besides work. I've also been watching some TV and playing some video games, which I feel like I haven't done consistently in a really long time, probably since like right after I got out of nursing school and college. So it's kind of nice to be able to come back to all these things and realize, oh yeah, they're still just as enjoyable, and a little bit of nostalgia that I can still have fun with that, even as I am in my 30s. So anyway, I feel like that might be part of the reason why I haven't been able to get as much, you know, side business and everything done, especially with making new things or sculpting or drawing. I have like so many ideas that I really do want to work on in the future, and I've been writing them all down so that way I don't forget them, but it's just really hard, unfortunately, to find time to take care of yourself, but also to do the things that you need to do for yourself, small business. But I definitely think it is a delicate balance. Sorry, I'm watching this cat over here trying to get into this paper bag. I definitely think it's a delicate balance though, and I think as important as it is to, you know, try to promote your small business, make new things, have fun, because that really should hopefully be the end goal, is that you're also having a good time, either making whatever it is you make or running your small business. I think that is just as important as taking care of yourself. So I don't know, I might be just kind of rambling at this point. I'm having a hard time focusing and doing this as well as talking. So maybe I'll just focus on this for a second. We'll chat in a minute. Here we go. All of our little ghosties are glazed and just need some time to dry now. So pretty good. Yes, anyway, what I wanted to finish saying when I kind of got distracted is, yes, ultimately, as fun and as great as it is to run a small business and to make art and do all of these cool things, it is also just as important to take some time to take care of yourself, to visit with friends and family, to, you know, read, write down your thoughts, watch a TV show, just kind of get out of your own head as well. So I am not always the best about that. Sometimes I get a little obsessed and like want to focus on one big thing and then move on to the next, but I am trying to be better about it this year. So ultimately, I might start including a little bit more hobbies sometimes, every so often, into some of these videos as well, so I hope that you guys don't mind that. But I just wanted to show that there's also very much a human side to a small business and things like that. So hope that you guys will be excited for it. I also have been struggling a little bit with, I have so many ideas that I want to work on, and it just feels like there's never enough time to do all of them. So I have written down like so many different video ideas or things that I want to work on in the future with my art and things like that. And I just have a really hard time with trying to make myself find the time to do them when I'm not like at work and I'm just at home. So like sculpting, I feel like has been coming easier and easier to me, where I can just maybe sit down and work on it and just do it for like an hour and okay, that was great. I feel better. I'm gonna work on the next thing or get ready for work or whatever it is. Versus like drawing, I love drawing and I do enjoy it, and to me it just feels like it takes so much longer to get a decent output for like one drawing versus, you know, it took me 6 to 7 hours to make, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 clay pieces. So that's honestly pretty great. Obviously still took a lot of time to make all of that, but for like one drawing, I mean, it can take me, if I'm being like, what I'm thinking of is more so I really want to make like more detailed pieces, and especially in the Spooky Familiar magazine that I want to work on, which I think would be really fun. I am just struggling a little bit with trying to find time to make myself sit down and work on it, because I know I really want to make like a detailed piece for it. And as exciting as it is, it's really hard to think about like, okay, if I want to actually make this idea, I'm going to need to set aside at least probably 20 hours or more, depending on, to make it come to life and actually look presentable and something that I'm happy with. So it's hard for my brain to kind of configure that and say like, no, that's okay. And even if it takes time away from other things, that's okay. We can kind of reconfigure as we need to. So I don't know. I'm trying to be better about that. I really do want to work on that soon, because I have the cover page done. I have ideas for the articles and things that I want to write about, and it's more so just like trying to force myself to sit down and like actually taking the time to draw, which is so sad. But anyway, that is kind of a side note for now. I know this video is more about restocking clay things for the shop, but hopefully you guys are also interested in my other small business and artistic pursuits as well. So anyway, hopefully in the near future, maybe we'll work on it together. Really, buddy? Hopefully we'll work on that together and maybe get some drawing done, like kind of like a co-working session. Maybe that'll help to spur my brain in the right direction to think, yeah, this is fine. Okay. Can you notice a little Princey in the background here? Anyway, so everything is officially all done and glazed. We once again have our new product. We have our confetti cake ghost here. Very cute. We have 3 of our Ghost Hug Worry Stones, and those are all ready with no arms and one arm. We have 2 cheese ghosts, very cute. We have our 2 baguette ghosts, and then we have our 1 keychain of the group, I suppose. But we have our clay cookie ghost. So overall, I'm pretty happy for being able to make all of this stuff in, you know, just a couple of hours, about 6 to 7 hours over a few days. So I'm pretty happy with it. There are still a couple other things that I'm hoping to restock in the future, including probably our flower bouquet ghosts, our flower pot ghosts, and our clay ghost and pumpkin wizards. Yes, those 2. So those are the things that I'm probably going to work on in a future video. And I'm also hoping to work on some other things that we talked about in the previous clip. So I hope that you guys are excited about it. I apologize if I rambled a little bit too much in this video. I guess I was just feeling a certain way while I was sculpting and working on it together. So I hope you don't mind. But regardless, this is going to be the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you really did make it to the end, I really do appreciate it. And if you are at all interested in seeing what I come out with in the future, then please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the online shop if you're interested in anything from the restock. And of course, I will see you all in the next one. Have a wonderful day.